The longer we tolerate disrespect, the more we lose our self-respect. As a wise man once said, what you don't understand controls your life. Living for an extended period with a sense of undervaluation is not a sign of strength. It is a form of self-deception. Over time, this can lead to resentment, depression, and even physical health issues. This is not merely a theory. It's a reality we face in our lives, where expressions of gratitude often remain unspoken and kindness is frequently taken for granted. In such circumstances, kindness is exploited, leading to its devaluation. It's essential to stop tolerating this behavior. Kindness should be offered where it is appreciated, and if it is not, continuing to give is simply misguided. In this video, I will discuss the strategies used by Pisces when confronted with individuals who devalue them. Since those born under this sign are aligned with the element of water, they tend to refrain from expressing aggression. Instead, their approach involves distancing and detachment. Interestingly, Pisces have long realized that the more they attempt to convey their feelings of offense, the less others seem to understand. Efforts to restore balance through conversation often meet responses such as, "You must be imagining things," or dismissive reactions like, "Are you offended again?" Alternatively, people might pretend to understand, only for the cycle of devaluation to repeat. The primary tool at a Pisces' disposal is distance. They gradually cease communication, learn less about you, and, in a non-confrontational manner, convey that you are losing them. Where they once initiated conversations with questions like, "How are you?" they now await you to make the first move. If they used to suggest meetings, they will allow others to take the lead. Whereas they used to engage deeply, they will now respond briefly and politely, ceasing to be emotional caregivers. If someone complains, they will change the subject. If asked for advice, they might respond, "I'm not the best advisor," or simply say, "Sorry, I don't have time right now." Known for their empathy and sensitivity, Pisces often become the emotional support for others, acting as a kind of accessible therapist. However, there comes a point when they realize it is time to stop being a punching bag. Another coping mechanism employed by Pisces is seeking autonomy and escape from reality. When faced with devaluation in a relationship, their instinct drives them to retreat. They may hide in a fantasy world or seek solace in art, music, or dreams. While this escapism provides a sense of security, it can also create the perception that the relationship is nearing its end. Nonetheless, this doesn't mean all is lost. Pisces seek to restore their boundaries. They recognize they have exhausted their altruism and need to disappear from the life of the person devaluing them. Furthermore, Pisces can serve as a mirror. A mirror does not lie. It reflects a person's true essence. If you treat a Pisces unfairly, they may respond in kind, allowing you a chance to see your own flaws. If you fail to recognize yourself in this reflection, they will gradually withdraw their energy from the relationship. If you find yourself blaming them for changing, consider that Pisces have simply stopped being the convenient person you once relied upon. Pisces are wise individuals who understand that devaluation reflects the blindness of others rather than any deficiency in themselves. They are acutely aware when their efforts go unnoticed, and rebuilding trust after such treatment can be a lengthy process. When pushed to their limits, Pisces may resort to passive-aggressive behavior. Unlike fire signs, who might express their displeasure openly, Pisces tend to communicate their feelings through subtle comments and hints. This passive-aggressive response stems from a desire to avoid direct conflict while simultaneously signaling that their kindness is no longer appreciated. If you genuinely matter to them, you will reach out to reconnect. If not, Pisces will recognize that you did not even notice their absence. For them, your absence is far preferable to dull confrontations and constant arguments. In today's world, there is a troubling trend. Individuals who refuse to tolerate mistreatment often feel compelled to justify their feelings. Offenders may even shame the aggrieved, implying that they are overreacting or carrying water for the offended. Do not be swayed by such attitudes. Can someone who has ignored you for years truly grasp your perspective after a single conversation? They were aware of your feelings. It was simply more convenient to disregard them. Your silence is not a sign of weakness, but rather a test. Can they manage without your attention? And can you endure their indifference? Rest assured, you can. Pisces generally avoid direct conflict, which can cause unresolved issues to linger beneath the surface. Their aversion to confrontation often leads them to shy away from essential discussions, especially if the other person shows little willingness to comprehend their words. Pisces have learned that, in this life, people often distrust words and good intentions, favoring actions instead. Some may claim that Pisces struggle to address problems in relationships. But why should Pisces be responsible for resolving issues that others create? If someone fosters tension, why should Pisces shoulder the burden of fixing it? When asked, "Why did you disappear?" Pisces are unlikely to offer explanations. They may remain silent or respond vaguely. It is at this moment that many realize that Pisces are no longer accessible to them. If someone starts to worry and desperately clings to the relationship, Pisces will often grant a second chance. This is part of their nature, but in such instances, the other person must take the initiative to rebuild the relationship. While their kindness might lead some to perceive them as soft or even weak, Pisces possess a core of strength that enables them to navigate even the most challenging situations. Do not mistake their kindness for weakness. Doing so may yield an unpleasant surprise. Can Pisces completely sever ties with someone? Typically, they do not act like fire signs, who tend to eliminate people from their lives entirely. Pisces engage in a more passive struggle to maintain their personal boundaries. If someone wishes to re-enter their life, they will need to earn back trust and rebuild the relationship. However, Pisces are likely to offer that second chance, often returning calls or replying eventually. In contrast to Aries, who may respond with cold silence, Pisces adopt a gentler approach. An intriguing question arises. Can Pisces seek revenge? The answer largely depends on their birth date. If you ask a Pisces, "Why did you disappear?" they are unlikely to offer explanations. Instead, they may remain silent or respond with vague comments. At this point, others often realize that Pisces are no longer available to them. If someone starts to worry and desperately tries to hold on, Pisces will typically offer a second chance. This is part of their nature, but in such cases, the other person must take the initiative to rebuild the relationship. While their kindness may lead some to view them as soft or even weak, Pisces possess a core of strength that enables them to navigate even the most challenging situations. Do not mistake their kindness for weakness. Doing so could result in an unpleasant surprise. Can Pisces completely sever ties with someone? Generally, they do not behave like fire signs, who tend to completely cut people out of their lives. Instead, Pisces engage in a more passive struggle to defend their personal boundaries. If you wish to re-enter their life, you will need to restore trust and repair the relationship on your own, but they are likely to give you a chance. They may eventually return your call or respond, even if it takes some time. In contrast to Aries, who may respond with cold silence and indifference, Pisces tend to approach such situations with greater gentleness. Another intriguing question is, Can Pisces seek revenge? The answer largely depends on the individual's birth date. The lower expressions of this sign may adopt unprincipled methods to achieve their goals. Meanwhile, the higher expressions can be effective leaders, but are often strict in their discipline and uncompromising in their expectations of those who devalue them. That's all for now. Thank you for watching. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments about how you deal with people who undervalue you.